If a WWE wrestler and a professional footballer faced each other, who would win? At first, this question sounds simple, but the answer is actually more complicated than most people think. Both athletes are masters of their own fields, and each has unique strengths that make them dominant in different situations. First, let's talk about strength. WWE wrestlers train their bodies to handle extreme physical power. Superstars like Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are built for heavy lifting, explosive moves, and intense physical impact. Their training focuses heavily on muscle strength and raw power, which clearly gives them an advantage in this category. Now let's move to speed and stamina, where the situation changes completely. Footballers run for 90 minutes straight, constantly sprinting, turning, and maintaining high energy levels. Players like Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo are known for their incredible endurance and quick movements. In terms of stamina and speed, footballers are clearly ahead. When it comes to skills and technique, both are highly trained but in very different ways. Wrestlers are trained in grappling, lifting, and controlled combat techniques. Even though WWE is scripted, the physical training is very real. On the other hand, footballers master ball control, dribbling, passing, and game strategy. Because their skills are so different, it's hard to directly compare them. Now imagine a real-life fight scenario. In a close physical fight, a wrestler would likely have the advantage due to their size, strength, and combat-style training. However, if the situation required long-term endurance or constant movement, a footballer might have a better chance because they can last longer without getting tired. Another important factor is body type. Wrestlers are usually heavier and more muscular, which makes them powerful, but sometimes less agile. Footballers are lean, fast, and flexible, allowing them to move quickly and react faster. This difference can play a big role depending on the situation. Let's also consider mental toughness. Wrestlers perform in front of huge live audiences and take physical risks during matches. Footballers play high-pressure games where a single mistake can decide the outcome. Both require strong mental focus, just in different environments. If we compare them in a sports challenge, like running or endurance tests, the footballer would most likely win. But in a strength-based contest or a wrestling match, the wrestler would dominate without much difficulty. So, what's the final answer? The truth is, there is no single winner. Each athlete is built for a different purpose and excels in their own field. It all depends on the situation and the type of challenge. In conclusion, wrestlers are kings of strength and physical combat, while footballers are unmatched in speed and stamina. Now the real question is, who do you think would win? Let me know your. But wait, what if we take this comparison to the next level? What would happen if a WWE wrestler faced a professional boxer? Now this is where things get even more interesting, because both athletes are trained for physical combat but in very different ways. First, let's talk about strength and power again. Wrestlers are known for their massive size and raw strength. They can lift opponents, slam them, and perform powerful moves that require full body force. However, boxers may not look as bulky, but their punching power is extremely dangerous. A single well-placed punch from a trained boxer can be enough to knock someone out. Now let's look at speed and reflexes. This is where boxers have a big advantage. Boxers train specifically to react in milliseconds, dodge punches, and strike. Their hand speed and reaction time are on another level compared to most wrestlers. When it comes to fighting technique, boxers are highly specialized. They focus only on striking punches, defense, footwork, and timing. Wrestlers, on the other hand, are more about grappling, holding, and overpowering their opponent. So if it's a pure boxing match, the boxer would likely win. But if it turns into a grappling situation, the wrestler could take control. Now imagine a real fight scenario between them. If the wrestler manages to grab the boxer and take the fight to the ground, the wrestler will have a clear advantage due to their strength and control. But if the boxer keeps distance and lands clean punches, the wrestler could be in serious trouble. Another factor is endurance. Both athletes are well trained, but boxers are used to multiple fast-paced rounds with constant movement and striking. Wrestlers also have stamina, but their style is different and more power-based. So, who wins this time? Just like before, it depends on the situation. In a boxing ring, the boxer dominates. In a wrestling-style fight, the wrestler takes the lead. In the end, whether it's wrestler versus footballer or wrestler versus boxer, one thing is clear: every athlete is powerful in their own way. The real winner always depends on the rules, the environment, and the type of challenge. So now I'll ask you again, who do you think is the ultimate athlete? Let me know in the comments.